Hi everyone, Shai here. I hope all of you are doing good. Welcome to another new video. Imagine being separated from your family for years, living with the hope of a reunion that feels like a dream. In today's video, we're sharing the incredible stories of children who were lost for years but were miraculously found. These heartwarming tales of resilience, love, and unbreakable bonds will leave you speechless. Stay tuned as we take you on an emotional journey of lost and found that proves miracles can happen. Number 1. Leang Jinglong. We often hear about children going missing due to abductions or child custody issues. Rarely do we hear about children getting lost and not finding their way back to their families, but that happened to Leang Jinglong in 2005. Leang Jinglong's father, Liang Ha, brought his daughter from her hometown in Laiyou, Guangdong Province, to Fan in the Shun district, where he had a job. His workers' dormitory didn't allow children, so the 5-year-old girl had to stay with his brother in Jiangzan, a nearby city. Leang Jinglong got homesick and tried to return to her hometown. She quickly became lost before an older woman found her near a bridge and took her to the police station. She couldn't understand the officers since she only spoke her local dialect. They sent her to the Jiangzan Children's Welfare Institute, where she was named Jiang Fangman. She remained there for 2 long years before transitioning to a foster home and eventually making her way to Chicago after an American couple adopted her. Meanwhile, Leang Jinglong's father never stopped looking for her. He quit his job and spent 7 years hunting before eventually having to return to work. 15 years later, Leang Jinglong, who was now named Kylie, started trying to find her biological family. With her adoptive parents' help, she made a post on a website with details about how she went missing. Her father happened to see the post, and after asking questions about moments she might remember, they finally realized they were father and daughter. The now 18-year-old was finally reunited with her father in 2018. Number 2. Fang Wang. Ching and his wife, Lu Denning, worked as fruit sellers on the streets of Chengdu in 1994 when their toddler, Fang, went missing. Her father, Wang, had left the 3-year-old alone for only a short time while he went to a neighboring stall for change for a customer. When he returned to his stall, his little girl was gone. Wang and Lu wouldn't see her again for over 20 years. Lu said their daughter didn't know where they lived and only knew her parents' first names. They spent 6 months walking and biking around the city, but it was like looking for a needle in a haystack. Later, Wang became a taxi driver so he could explore his city of 14 million people looking for his daughter. He would also put a sign in his car window and print business cards with his daughter's information. He would even share his story with anyone who would listen. Local newspapers and national broadcasters picked up their story, but it was only in 2018 that the police decided to draw an image of what Fang might look like as an adult. Finally, they were making some progress. Fang was found living thousands of miles away from her parents in the northern province of Qing. She was now 27 years old and had been told by her adoptive parents that she had been found on the road. She had always been curious about who her parents were. Number 3. Georgia boy. By 2013, a 13-year-old Georgia boy had been missing for years, according to local media reports. The boy was on a visit with his father in 2010 when he refused to return after the visit was over. His mother lived out of state. Finally, in 2014, the 13-year-old was found behind a false wall in his father and stepmother's home. The boy had managed to use a smartphone to contact his sister online. She then told her mother, and the boy's mother contacted the police. The police had already visited the home to conduct a welfare check, but all 5 occupants claimed they had no connection to the boy. The investigators left before receiving that all-important call from the boy's mother. She was able to pass on important information about where exactly to find him. The discovery of the boy led to 5 people in the home being charged with obstruction, cruelty to children, and false imprisonment. Before moving on to the next point, I'd like to take a moment to introduce you all to my merchandise. You can support my content by getting your favorite products from my store or by simply joining my channel. Your support means a lot to me. Now, let's get back to the video. Number 4. Carina White always felt like something was wrong growing up. She even felt like she wasn't related to the family who raised her. Eventually, Carina started checking missing children websites. Finally, she found her own case. Carina, who had been raised as NRA Nance, was Carina White, daughter of Joy White and Carl Tyson. She had been abducted from Harlem Hospital at 19 days old in 1987. By the time she realized who she really was, 23 years had passed. After she found her own case, Carina contacted the website, and the website contacted Joy. DNA testing proved Carina was Joy's missing baby. During all those years away, Carina had been raised in Bridgeport, Connecticut, and Georgia. She said she didn't have the best childhood. Her mother was on and kept guns. She also once beat her with a shoe so severely that it left an imprint on her face. While Joy and her husband have since divorced and now have their own families, Carina and Joy were able to be reunited. Number 5. Hannah and Sky. 7-year-old Hannah Joy Lee and 5-year-old Sky Deborah Rex were reported missing in 2020 from their Westboro home. The Franklin County sisters were believed to have been taken by their mother, even though she didn't have custody of them, according to their father, John Rex. They went missing after he was granted custody following a divorce and custody battle. For nearly 3 years, John had no idea where his daughters were. "I want them to know that I haven't stopped trying every single day that they've been gone." Finally, the girls were found in early 2023. Police arrested their mother, LaDasha Lee. The police wouldn't say where Hannah and Sky were found, but it's believed that they were in the Washington, D.C. area. It's likely that LaDasha would be facing custodial interference charges. Number 6. Savannah Harris Todd. Family dynamics are tricky. Even if parents break the law by abducting their own children, that doesn't mean their children won't love them. Complex is a word you'd use to describe the family situation involving Savannah Harris Todd. She was just 11 months old when her mother, Dorothy Lee Barnett, lost a custody battle with her father in 1994. After losing, Savannah disappeared from her house in South Carolina, and her US-based family didn't see her again. The FBI issued a warrant for Dorothy's arrest and has been looking for her ever since. Nearly 2 decades later, Savannah was found. She had been living in Australia. Reports state that Dorothy managed to flee to South Africa from the United States by using a fake passport. There, she married Juan Hennis. They had a son who, in 2013, was 17 years old. Dorothy changed her name to Alexandria Maria Hennis and tried at least twice to get us passport. "I think I got stressed. I think I got scared. I was very scared." Later, she and her husband moved to New Zealand, became citizens, and then moved to Australia. So how did the authorities manage to track down Savannah? Well, a suspicious friend had provided a tip-off. At 53 years old, Dorothy was arrested by the Australian police. In court, 20-year-old Savannah held a sign saying, "We love you, Mom." At the time, US authorities were also trying to extradite Dorothy back to South Carolina to face charges of international parental kidnapping and making a false statement on a passport application. You can't blame parents for holding out hope for their lost children, even if law enforcement and others tell you there's no hope. These stories are proof that children and parents can be reunited. Can you remember any of these cases? How do you think you'd cope if your child went missing? It seems so awful. I was briefly kidnapped by my T-ball coach when I was young, but that's a story for another day. So, that was all for today. I hope you have watched the video up to this timestamp. Make sure to press the like button if it amazed you. Press the subscribe button if you still haven't subscribed to the channel, as it's totally free. You can follow me on all social media platforms. All links are given in the description. You can also watch other cool stuff. The playlist link is also mentioned in the description. I will catch you up soon in the next video. Till then, peace out.